Welcome to episode 1090, Sam Bankman-Fried, 9 Lessons. This is an outline of episode 1090, lesson 1 to 5. This is lesson 6 to 9. Lesson 1, recognizing the opportunity.
There was just a huge opportunity. Was in crypto because it just had a ton of properties of systems that had, huge demand for liquidity and not enough supply. There's just enormous amounts of energy and attention being spent globally on crypto. It had kind of grown all of a sudden.
Lesson 2, recruiting Gary Wang, the co-founder. He's also an MIT computer science graduate.
I called up Gary, who is a college friend of mine and was bored as hell at Google. He was glad for the opportunity to try something else. Started up in a Berkeley 3-bedroom apartment with the downstairs as our office.
Lesson 3, building an exchange platform.
Rich, Mike Novogratz, asked him about FTX, and he said FTX is the most innovative exchange, not just crypto exchange in the world, but exchange, period, in the entire world.
I always wanted to start an exchange because they just seemed like really important products in the crypto ecosystem that were worth a lot, played a really big role, and were not necessarily even the hardest to build.
Lesson 4, his cryptocurrency derivative is not available in the United States.
Not so for US investors. Why is that?
Yeah, the biggest thing is that basically in crypto, there's not much of a derivative scene in the United States. This is pending clarity from the CFTC on what licenses would be required for offering derivatives. And so because of that, FTX doesn't have derivatives offering in the United States, and derivatives are the bulk of where the volume comes from.
Lesson 5, for a trader to thrive, he must have freedom and responsibility early on.
And I think I ended up in a good spot there as well.
Compared to somewhere else.
Gave a lot of responsibility and freedom to people who wanted to take it very early on. And so it didn't have this 7 years before you make partner and until then you're doing shit work type thing. Mm-hmm. It was sort of no, a year or two in, if you're doing what you can to get there, you can kind of claim as much as it makes sense for you to claim.
Lesson 6, with distributed finance, blockchain is a decentralized computer.
DeFi. Decentralized finance is this thought that, sure, one thing you can do with crypto is you can buy and sell tokens. But if you look at a blockchain, it's not just a way to move tokens around. A blockchain, really at its heart, is a full decentralized computer. And could you program a cryptocurrency exchange into a blockchain itself? And the answer is yes, you can. You can sort of write out all the code for, swapping assets with each other, and you can write it directly into the blockchain.
Lesson 7, look for the biggest upside.
If you want to sort of, look at the biggest upside you can get, I do think that often looks like founding a startup, or going to work at an early stage company. But I also think that it's higher risk. And it's also, requires a slightly different skill set and requires, being willing and excited to work under messy conditions, to trying to grow something out, to being, willing to work through setbacks.
Lesson 8, not much sleep.
When you sleep, how many nights a week are you sleeping in the office on the famous beanbag, and how often are you going home?
It's probably a good solid 4 or 5.
Lesson 9, he's an altruistic evangelist. If altruism.
I sort of give away enough each year that it's sort of a real amount, that's a significant amount, and that it sort of keeps me honest. Keeps me thinking about what I can do with money. So even if it's not most of my money each year, there's a lot of good you can do now, and I think that there's a lot of value to at least giving something away.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave your questions and comments below. Wishing everyone peace and prosperity.